The world of Invincible is absolutely brutal, from weekly alien invasions and super-powered bank robberies to literal gods capable of wiping out entire civilizations and technology centuries ahead of our own. Chaos is constant, and if you blink, you might miss something massive. So in this video, we're breaking down all the major powers across the Invincible universe. Let's start with the main character, Mark Grayson, the son of Nolan and Debbie Grayson. Mark is a half-Viltrumite, a species built entirely around the concept of survival of the fittest, where only the strong survive and the weak perish. Sympathy is seen as weakness, and other species are viewed as inferior Kibrox, which is exactly why Viltrumites are the most feared race in the universe. Native to the planet Viltrum, Viltrumites possess overwhelming abilities, including super strength, speed, flight, and near invulnerability. Their muscles generate gravity-defying force, allowing them to fly and strike with nuclear-level impact. Beyond that, they have slowed aging, granting lifespans longer than entire civilizations, enhanced lung capacity that lets them hold their breath for weeks, regenerative healing from life-threatening injuries, and the ability to survive months without food or water. On top of all that, Viltrumites grow stronger with age and combat experience, and are said to possess technology far beyond anyone else. Their feats speak for themselves. In the show, Nolan, a high-ranking Viltrumite soldier, wipes out the entire Flaxan civilization in weeks and levels Chicago with a single punch. He even survives inside a black hole. Conquest, the second strongest Viltrumite, destroys multiple cities during his fight with Mark. And in the comics, Mark, Nolan, and Thetis are powerful enough to fly straight through a planet's core. Every time a Viltrumite appears on screen, destruction follows, though cementing them as a force of nature and one of the most unstoppable threats in the Invincible universe. And then we have someone who is potentially the strongest female character in the series, Adam Eve, also known as Samantha Eve Wilkins. Eve was genetically engineered while still in her mother's womb as part of a secret government experiment to create a superhuman with godlike abilities. She was the sole survivor, and after a catastrophic lab accident, she was smuggled out and adopted by Adam and Betsy Wilkins, with her true origins kept hidden. As she grew older, Eve began discovering her powers. The ability to manipulate matter at the subatomic level. She can turn anything into anything, create objects from nothing, reshape environments instantly, generate force fields, and rebuild massive structures in seconds. But her abilities come with a mental limiter preventing her from manipulating organic matter, a safeguard designed to stop her from becoming unstoppable. Even with that restriction, Eve is absurdly powerful. She's capable of restraining Viltrumites, surviving planet-level threats, and reshaping entire battlefields in moments. And when her limiter is removed, she gains full control over living matter, making her one of the most broken characters in the Invincible universe. Keeping in line with genetic experiments, let's talk about one of the strongest non-Viltrumite characters in the series, Alan the Alien. Alan belongs to a species called the Unopans, who were nearly wiped out during a Viltrumite invasion. To avoid extinction, they created breeding camps and genetically engineered children in hopes of producing a warrior capable of defeating a Viltrumite. The only successful result of this project was Alan. Despite defeating every opponent in his path, Alan still wasn't strong enough to challenge Viltrumites early on, which led him to become an evaluation officer for the Coalition of Planets instead. Alongside super strength, speed, stamina, flight, and regeneration, Alan has a unique ability. Every time he nearly dies, his body evolves and returns stronger than before. After being brutally tortured by 3 Viltrumite soldiers, Alan recovers powerful enough to overpower them. He later breaks out of maximum security space prisons, goes toe-to-toe with the strongest beings in the galaxy, and becomes one of the key warriors during the Viltrumite War, eventually standing as one of the few characters capable of directly challenging the Viltrumite Empire itself. Speaking of characters who mean trouble for Viltrumites, we have Battle Beast. Coming from a species with a hyper-violent culture, he survived decades of war and bloodshed. Eventually, he emerged as the Umbrella who united his species and stopped the wars. After this, he set out on his quest to fight stronger and stronger opponents until the day he is killed in glorious combat. He believes his confrontation should be fair since he isn't driven by power or dominance. Battle Beast possesses absurd levels of super strength, speed, durability, and combat skill. easily overwhelming high-tier heroes and Viltrumites alike. Unlike most fighters who rely on their powers or some specific strategy, Battle Beast thrives purely on raw strength and battle instinct, wielding his signature mace and claws with devastating efficiency. His pain tolerance is nearly limitless, allowing him to continue fighting through injuries that would kill almost anyone else. His feats are legendary. He effortlessly dismantles the Guardians of the Globe and nearly kills Mark without breaking a sweat. Later, he battles multiple elite Viltrumites at once and survives. In the comics, his most iconic fight comes against Thrag, the strongest being in existence, where Battle Beast fights him for days straight across entire planets. Recruited by Alan and Nolan, he becomes an invaluable asset for the coalition of planets during the Viltrumite War. Next, we have Rexplode, one of the most iconic characters in the Invincible universe. Apart from having the greatest character arcs in comic book media, Rex's powers come from advanced cybernetic enhancements that allow him to charge inorganic objects with kinetic energy, turning anything he touches into a bomb. From coins and rocks to weapons and machinery, Rex can detonate nearly anything at will. Alongside his explosive abilities, Rex also possesses enhanced reflexes, agility, durability, and combat training, making him far more dangerous than he initially appears. His explosions are powerful enough to tear through reinforced structures, incapacitate superhuman enemies, and completely reshape battlefields in seconds. While not as powerful as cosmic tier beings, Rex has shown time and time again that tactics beat brute force. His feats include soloing the Lizard League, fighting against the Flaxen Army, surviving a bullet to the head, and in the end, sacrificing himself to kill an invincible variant, proving that heroism doesn't come from genetics, but from will. Moving on, there's Angstrom Levy, one of the most dangerous villains in the Invincible universe. Unlike most threats that rely on raw strength, Angstrom's power comes from his mind. He possesses the ability to open portals between dimensions, allowing him to travel across infinite realities at will. After attempting to merge the knowledge of countless alternate versions of himself into one body, the process went horribly wrong, leaving Angstrom mentally unstable, but vastly more dangerous. With access to infinite universes, he can summon alternate versions of characters, escape any situation instantly, and trap enemies in hostile realities with no way home. While Angstrom isn't physically powerful, his intelligence, planning, and multiversal mobility make him nearly untouchable. He orchestrates some of the most brutal events in the series, including destroying cities, psychologically torturing Mark, and unleashing alternate invincible variants across realities. With control over reality itself, Angstrom has infinite possibilities to end the world, making him more dangerous than anyone else. Next up, we have Monster Girl, one of the most unique characters in the Invincible universe. Her powers come from a magical curse that allows her to transform into a massive, superpowered monster. In this form, she gains immense strength, durability, enhanced senses, and combat ability, easily rivaling high-tier superhumans in close combat. But every time she transforms, her body physically de-ages, making her younger and younger with each use of her powers. This forces her into an impossible choice: protect others and slowly lose her adulthood, or stop transforming and lose her ability to fight. Despite this, Monster Girl continues to put herself in danger, making her one of the most selfless heroes in the series. Monster Girl also has the potential to be the most broken character in the universe. Another part of her power is the younger she gets in her human form, the stronger she will be in her monster form. We see in an alternate timeline, a baby Monster Girl is used as a nuclear weapon by the Viltrumites. At her peak, she scares even the strongest of beings like Anissa in Conquest. And last but certainly not least, we have Cecil Stedman Troix, the most dangerous human in the Invincible universe. Unlike gods, monsters, or Viltrumites, Cecil has no superpowers at all, and yet he's one of the few people capable of standing against them. His true ability isn't strength, it's preparation. As the head of the Global Defense Agency, Cecil commands Earth's most advanced technology, superhuman operatives, alien weaponry, and interdimensional resources. From teleportation tech and orbital weapons to cloning programs and contingency plans for nearly every hero and villain on the planet, Cecil is always 10 steps ahead of everyone else. His feats are insane for a normal human. He stalls Omni-Man using advanced weapons, resurrects fallen heroes, manipulates global events from the shadows, and orchestrates entire wars against threats far beyond humanity's weight class. Using anything and everything at his disposal, Cecil frequently makes morally questionable decisions to protect the world. Even death itself isn't enough to stop him, as he develops technology to resurrect people from their DNA, most famously used on Donald Ferguson. If it wasn't obvious already, Cecil's skills show just how great the range of powers in Invincible truly is. Whether it's raw strength, intelligence, strategy, or sheer determination, every character brings something unique to the table. And in a universe this brutal survival isn't about being the strongest alone. It's about knowing how to use your power when it matters most. In the end, Invincible isn't just a story about superpowers. It's a story about what people and aliens are willing to sacrifice, the limits they're willing to push, and how far they'll go to protect, conquer, or simply survive. And that's what makes this universe so unforgiving, and endlessly fascinating. If you enjoyed this video and want to see another, click the video on screen now.